How's it going, everybody? And welcome to the Liberty Bowl. So it's an emergency, everybody. Everybody panic. Everybody be afraid, all right? So today we're going to be talking about how the left likes to use fear and basically play on people's emotions in order to push political agendas that ultimately really don't change much of anything. If anything, they exacerbate things and make things worse in order to line their own pockets, right? We're going to be talking about the Arizona climate emergency that was just declared by Governor Katie Hobbs. We're going to be talking about, basically the whole grift in general. But before we get into all of that, let's get into this. Here we go, people.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to put him.
We're losing our democracy!
More inflation. What a stupid son of a bitch.
Wake up!
Before we get into that, let's get into this.
Of course, it's not about logic at this point. It's about what lines these people's pockets and what plays out as the best political theater and what keeps the grift going. And that's all these people have is fear mongering, projection, and warmongering. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And of course, the fear mongering you see kicking up, already bringing. They're talking about should we be wearing masks because there's a COVID uptick in California. Like fuck, dude, they found the Black Plague and typhoid fever in California. You know what I'm saying? Fuck, it's a suspect, right? They give their fucking citizens apps so they know where not to step into human shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
there's big problems, man. And you see now with these wildfires in California, or I'm sorry, Hawaii, they just keep pressing that. Now it's global
Right.
emergencies. Everything they lean on Biden to try declare an emergency for this, declare an emergency for that, and all it is to re-usurp those COVID-19 powers because it's a goddamn election cycle and they can wield power like a bludgeon. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's really what drives the entire left wing is emotions. They're all just bleeding hearts and shit like that. And so that's why constantly it's uh like you said, Hawaii catches on fire. Lots of people die and shit, and it's global warming. It's global warming. Everybody, the whole never let a tragedy go to waste is it's really prevalent in our government. On both sides. But don't forget, we still got the people on the right over here still like it's the Jewish space lasers.
All right.
Right.
Yeah. But I mean, it does suck. It is a tragedy, man. Your heart goes out, right? But at the same time, I think the numbers now are about at 63 confirmed deaths. And again, fucking terrible, dude. You would never want that to happen to your own family, yada, right? But that's not reasoning to put lockdown restrictions on fucking 350 million people, man.
Yep.
I mean, right? And I mean, you see like with the jabs, right? The C1984, they could release data on tens of thousands of associated deaths, but they'll still try to force that on you. But 63 people die on an island fire, and we got to destroy the fucking country and the economy again. You know what I mean? Like it's just
Right.
rid- ridiculousness.
And that's really kind of the way that our government operates with everything. It's fucking like, oh, an island catches on fire. Let's fucking destroy all the cops and destroy the crops and fucking kill a couple cows. It really is, kind of like the way that we used to be in primitive days. Like there's a drought. Let's sacrifice a couple of virgins and maybe fucking the rains will come. Like it's really that same fucking thinking. Like those same fucking mindsets. That it's still the same shit. We're just more
And
advanced with it now.
right, it's not even just us; it's the West as a whole.
Right.
You see, Ireland just announced they're slaughtered or slaughtering 200,000 cows for climate changes.
Yep.
Scotland just so that they cut down 16 million trees to install a wind farm for climate changes. What's the best cure for climate change? More fucking greenery, trees, oxygen. You know what I'm saying? The things that absorb the CO2, man.
Right.
But fucking high intellect clown world, bro.
Yep. Shit, fucking, my lady was asking me the other day about with climate change, and I was kind of explaining to her like the whole thing, like they play on emotions and shit. Every summer, they'll use the fucking high heat and shit that comes every summer to basically get people to open up their wallets and shit like that, and donate to all these fucking wildlife preservation funds and fucking all this and that, and these nonprofits and all this bullshit, and then they just collect all the money and and that's it, and then fucking she asked me, she's like, well, what's the end game? Like after they get the money, what are they gonna do with it? I'm like, that is the fucking end game. What do you mean? Money is the end game. Like that's it. You give us the money and that's it. Cool. Thanks. Like,
What's happening, and it's going to make the weather better, right?
right.
And speaking of which, well, if you've seen, Katie Hobbs just declared an emergency here in Arizona for climate change because of the heat wave, man. I mean, it's always state governors that put the leftist fucking drivel into motion before the president fucking signs off on it.
Right.
And apparently, we're going to be a test state for the climate emergencies.
Good times. I wonder what that's gonna mean.
Right.
Yeah.
They're going to start limiting on when you can run your AC, and no more water and food outside, or any kind of grass or anything like that until wintertime. I'm sure it's going to get ridiculous. I mean, that's what happens when your fucking state puts a lunatic leftist in charge of her own election, and
right, who literally has fucking strings running to her hands and feet that are connected to California. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Who's connected to George Soros? Who's connected to
right?
It's huge puppeteer fucking change.
I honestly feel like the Democrats do feel that there's going to be like maybe a national divorce, or maybe America basically divide and shit. Basically it's going to be more regional and shit, and so I think they are trying to absorb Arizona into their leftist basically region. They're trying to get the whole Southwest. They already have a New Mexico and California. Those are deep blue already. Oregon, Washington, of course, the entire West Coast for the most part. And so I think they're trying to get Arizona so that way they have a whole fucking deep blue fucking crew or whatever the fuck. But at the same time, the way that they're doing it, is is with fucking cheating. When it comes to the fucking Arizona elections, fucking straight up, that shit was some bullshit. Is fucking blatant fucking bullshit. Katie Hobbs ran the entire fucking thing. That's like I say, every time I get started on Katie Hobbs, I go into a big old rant and shit. But basically the whole thing is I think they want to get Arizona as blue as they can at any cost. But of course the people, that's the problem. Is I don't think we actually want all that shit here. Even in some blue fucking cities like Tucson and shit, I still see a lot of fucking Trump support and shit. I do still see the Biden Harris stickers on people's cars and shit, but that's mostly around like downtown and shit like that.
But then we also elected a Democrat mayor, and I mean, and places filling up with Californians, every day.
Right.
Someone from California, literally almost on an hour-to-hour basis. Maricopa County now is one of the top 3 most populated counties in the country.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And if you look at the electoral map, it's basically the only thing in your country of left that's a conglomerate of deep red. And actually, New Mexico that you spoke on is voted one of the top states that could flip red, top blue states that could possibly flip red.
Yeah.
But Texas is on its way to turning fucking purple.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's it's a hot mess, and I think if there was like a national divorce, everything is going to be fucked. I mean, for the obvious reasons. But then, like I was just saying, it's the interior of the country that's mostly red, and the coasts. So I mean, all your shipments, ordering, manufacturing stuff like that is going to take a massive hit as far as price and regulations, because those leftist coasts are going to regulate the shit out of you to try to exercise power and shut your ass down. You know what I mean?
Yep. That's why we got to make sure that we maintain our connection to Mexico.
Mexico, in a lot of ways, it seems like they're kind of moving to the right.
Mm-hmm.
And, especially even like an education. I know that the left here in America loves to claim that they're the most educated of, the political paradigms. But they're educating more students, but like we spoke on before, they're graduating more engineers and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
more, I mean, like blue collar workers and shit
Yep.
that have stuff rather than lesbian dance theory and fucking
Right.
poetry and what.
Fucking skilled laborers rather than mental gymnasts.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
So if and then you can just like, for instance, if Mexico starts moving to the right, you will definitely see a shift in the rhetoric of the left as far as letting the borders be open, because they're like Cuba. They don't want more Cubans because Cubans now tend to vote Republican.
Right.
You know, well, that's why it's right now it's Mexico.
That's the same reason they're trying to. Didn't Joe Biden try to block specifically Venezuelans from coming in?
Yeah, and Cubans, and yeah,
Yeah.
it was like
Basically,
like
if you're fleeing communism, you're not allowed here.
yeah, yeah.
Everybody else, come on in though.
If you got to build a trash raft to escape fucking Stalin, fuck off. But if you can just walk over, discard your ID, grab an Obama phone with the fuck Fast Pass app, welcome home, son.
Right.
Free education, childcare, yeah.
Yep. They can. I guess on the plus side, we do have people like Eric Adams kind of turning a new leaf when it comes to immigration and things such as sanctuary cities now, right? He's over here basically he's almost on the verge of basically begging the Biden fucking administration to just please close the border. Please close the border. Just please fucking appease fucking Greg Abbott so he could stop sending these motherfuckers. Just close the border.
Hey, you got to say it though. Like I was just saying, he's pressing Biden to declare an emergency, dude.
Right. Yeah.
Always we got to declare an emergency so we can use emergency powers.
Yeah.
It's just sign a bill and do what's right. It's declare an emergency and fucking do what you want. You know what I mean?
Yep.
The immigration system in this nation is broken. It has been broken for decades. We're also asking the federal government to declare a state of emergency. This will allow federal funds to be allocated quickly to help address the urgent challenges we face.
Alrighty, guys. Well, I appreciate you guys stopping by and checking out this whole video. Make sure you guys share this video out. Help us try to grow this channel a little bit. And make sure you guys are here every Friday night at 10 p.m. Arizona time, where you could catch us live. You guys could talk with us in the chat. You guys could talk amongst each other in the chat. And basically, we'll just be reviewing the news that happened throughout the week. We'll be smoking some weed, having some philosophical discussions, and basically just bullshitting the whole time. Well, I appreciated you all. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share. Fuck off. Oh yeah, also check out these other videos.